Welcome to the Foundations of Yoga Anatomy, Session 1. I'm Michael, and I'll be guiding you through this journey of exploring the various layers of our being, from obvious to subtle, over the course of 28 bite-sized sessions like this one. For Session 1, we'll be focusing on the contrast between objective and subjective perspectives. But first, I'll invite you to help me create an optimal space for learning by singing the mantra on page 2 of your PDF. This comes from the Taitirīya Upaniṣad. It's a resolution to proactively cultivate wholesome states like compassion for ourselves and each other, as well as kindness, gratitude, and equanimity. To also consider the 3 spheres, your world, my world, and everyone's. So feel free to sing this mantra with me, call and response. Saha nāvavatu, saha bhunaktu, saha vīryam, karavāvahai. Tejasvi dhītamastu, vidviṣāvahai. śāntiḥ, śāntiḥ, śāntiḥ. May it be so. Before we dive into the nerdy details of all the layers of the body, such as the skeleton, joints, including ligaments and tendons, muscles, where they insert, where they originate, what they do, and the circulatory system, the nervous system, the brain, anatomical planes, movements, neurotransmitters, etc. It's important first to clearly distinguish what's called prakriti, what is, and purusha, how we ought to be. These 2 perspectives are valuable but need not be confused with each other. When we're speaking of anatomy, third-person information that will be valuable to many parties involved, it's important to be as objective as possible, so that way we can spot errors, correct them, learn from them, transform them into learning experiences, and increase our intelligence. Just because we make a mistake doesn't necessarily mean that we are wrong for existing and deserve to be punished. This is what happens when you confuse is and ought, objective and subjective. So yoga philosophy is very much interested in making this discernment. It's called viveka. So that way we can untangle a lot of knots and navigate a lot of tricky territory. So if you're interested in practicing yoga while you learn anatomy for yoga, then I highly recommend that you practice discernment. And simply notice whenever you're hearing or offering an explanation that's either prakriti, how things are, or purusha, how we ought to be, without getting those 2 confused. In the PDF, I offer bit of a history of anatomy with several sources. I also highlight the difference between Purusha and Prakriti and the importance of discerning the two. I end with what's called synoptic theory by Wilfrid Sellars. And this is an attempt to integrate our intuitive, subjective understanding of the world with the scientific, objective understanding of the world without doing violence to either. So when we learn all of the bones and the muscles and the joints, I'll ask you not only to learn the correct anatomical names for them, but I'll also encourage you to feel where they are in your body and to utilize meditation as a means, mastery of attention as a means of not only retaining in the information, but storing it so that you can retrieve it anytime, any place when you're practicing yoga or teaching it. So the main takeaway for today is the difference between Purusha, ought, and Prakriti is, as well as the scientific image of reality and the manifest image of reality, and integrating the two. So thank you very much for your attention. I look forward to exploring this topic with you over the next 28 sessions. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. The way to get my attention is to put a question mark in the subject line, and I'll respond to your email within 24 hours. Thank you very much. Namaste.